Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Welcome to the Bread of Life TV, both our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. Wherever you are watching us from, let's say good morning, good evening, good afternoon. You know, depending on your geographical location. Well, the Bread of Life TV is not only all about religious things, even though the main purpose is, based on religious, you know, it was created for that reason, for religious purposes. But it goes beyond that. We encourage, we also informed, and we also trying to analyze one or two things. So today we are looking at critical uh, things that is going on right now because by the way they as you may see from the topic Africa versus the America or the West. All right, so we are going to look at certain things because I have listened to a lot of YouTubers. I've watched a lot of YouTubers who have given their views about, especially about Liberia. And I believe everyone is entitled to their opinion first of all, but we have to look at it from the realistic standpoint. All right, so some people are saying Liberia is full of dementia, is stressful. Liberia gives them dementia. All right, it gives them mental illness. Okay, so we are going to look at some things. We are going to compare. Actually, if we are not able to end it today, we might come back to end it. But we are going to compare the West, specifically the United States of America, and that of Africa, specifically Liberia. All right. So we are going to be narrowing down this discussion. So we are going to look at the United States of America and that of Liberia. All right. So, I have been in America for 5 years. All right. I have been here for the past 5 years, and I've seen there are a lot of things that that I didn't know. Now I know. Right. I remember when we were in Africa. Everyone in Liberia, especially right now, everyone is praying to come to the United States, which of course, is not a bad thing. Everyone is looking for an opportunity where you can, expand yourself, where you'll be, you have the opportunity to grow. But I can tell you, it is unfortunate that we have a lot of young people who had that same mentality, right? They had that same mentality to come to the U.S., to the United States of America, in order for them to better their lives. And some came with that mindset that as soon as they get here, they are going to get some sort of education, some sort of training to have a profession, which is a good dream. It is a good dream. But unfortunately, they got here and everything changed. Now, we are going to start with life in America. All right, we are going to start with life in America. When you look at things in America, for example, life here is all about eat, sleep, wake up, and go to work. You don't even have time for yourself. I'm gonna give you an example. For like the apartment that I'm in, I'm paying like $1,160. When you add the garage and other things, we're looking at $1,230 to $40 a month. All right, you're looking at that now. If you are making less, you realize that you are just working for the government, because when you get paid, taxes has to be taken from this money. So at the end of the day, the little ones that you are coming home with, you cannot even, it is not enough to cover all your bills. I pay 1,000, almost 230 to $40. That is just for the rent, and I'm paying like $60 for, $65 for internet. I'm paying the electric bill. It depends how how well I use the electric, the current. That it all depends. It's sometimes 40, 45, $50. And you're looking at the car insurance. We are looking paying something around $225 for two cars. All right. Now, if you add all those bills together, after paying that, you are left with nothing. We are not even talking about food, clothing, all these things. Gas. We use like maybe I can say 50, pretty close to $50 a week for gas. All right. So you realize that people have to do overtimes. People have to do, how you call it? They have to do 2, 3 jobs in order to, to be able to come up with this money to pay for bills. And it is not like Africa where you walk up to the landlord and say, oh, I don't have money this month. Can you give me some time? It is not possible. Here, if you don't pay your rent, you get kicked out. You sleep under the bridge. For one, for me, I have family. I have my wife and my children. So as cold as Minnesota is, I don't want to end up under the bridge, right? I don't want to become homeless. What becomes of my children? I will lose my family. So that is just the stress that you are looking at, and you realize, like I said, most of our young people who came here, they decided to take pleasure, pleasure above, building themselves. All right. You will see someone who has been here for 10, 15, 20 years, and there is no development back home because they have taken, this place to be their home. They have taken this place to be their everlasting destination. Some have erased their country of origin from the map. All right. So they don't have time. These are the people, if they accidentally visit Liberia and they come up with all negative thoughts, how, Liberia is giving them mental illness, like Liberia is making them become a dementia patient. I just don't understand it. But we are going to look at, certain things. Now, I didn't even mention phone bills, right? America, whether you use a phone, whether you call or not, for the fact that you have the service at the end of the month, you have to pay. If you don't pay, you will be disconnected. All right? Now, with all this, you having 2, 3 jobs, you are not saving because it is not possible. It is almost impossible for you to save here. You are not doing any developmental activities back home. And here you are criticizing your own country. Does it make sense? It doesn't. Now, let's on the other hand, look at briefly the Liberia situation. All right. But before that, we know that America has a good good role. Good electrical system, good education. We know that. We are not erasing the fact. All right. But let's go back to Liberia. If you're looking at the life in Liberia now, if you have, Liberia is difficult only if you are someone that want to sit down and fold your hands. There are people who have never traveled out of Liberia and they are successful. They are successful, right? There are people who have never traveled out of Liberia, but they are successful. We, you you are of no exception. I'm not saying that you shouldn't travel. That is not what I'm saying. All right. Now, if you have a business running or you have some sort of income running in Liberia, trust me, nowhere is stress free, but it is less stressful. You know why? Because now the racism that you face in America, in the United States, you don't face that in Liberia. No one is going to be bossing you around because you are your own boss. They have good school system. They have good, educational system. There are some good schools in Liberia. Even though, yes, we have the bad ones, yeah. Because I can still remember I once taught, in a school located at how you call it, New Georgia, around New Georgia Junction. Just after the junction, you go in a little bit. There is a school called GCA. I taught there from, I think 1 or 2 years. I was teaching fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth grade. You don't want to hear my salary. It is funny, but I did that because I didn't want them to sit down, right? So you can start from somewhere and minimize the too much of pleasure, because you are just starting going to the top. You want to make sure that you want to make sure that you minimize too much of pleasure. For example, you can afford certain things, but you want to drive the best of cars. You want to hold, you want to use the best, the best of phones. You are probably, your business around $100, and you want to, or have an iPhone that is cost like $1,000. It doesn't work. All right. And everyone has left the rural areas, and they are situated in the city, which is Monrovia. Everyone wants to be in Monrovia. All right. There are so many things that you can do out of Monrovia, like going into farming. We can produce our own food. Now, before we go further, let us analyze this. If you are a married man or a married woman, and you as a man, you are not seeing the beauty in your wife, or you as a wife, you are not seeing the potential in your husband, another woman is gonna spark that potential and make use of that potential. At the end of the day, you end up losing your relationship. The same goes to the husband. If you don't see the beauty and the potential in your wife, another man is gonna see that potential and take her from you. He said, "Well, what are you saying? What I'm trying to, or what I'm deriving at is this: we have Nigerians, Ghanaians, we have Sierra Leoneans, we have Guineans, we have Chinese, we have Lebanese, we have Indians, we have the Americans who are going to Liberia because they have seen the potential in Liberia. They have seen how rich Liberia is. So they are going there, enriching themselves. Wherein we as Liberians, we are sitting down criticizing. We are not seeing the good part of Liberia. We're only seeing the negative part of Liberia. Now, the America that we are, everyone is running to come, which of course I'm not trying to, condemn that. It is, it is your choice. And it will be of good use if you can go to the West and get some sort of improvement, and trying to improve your better your life. But the problem that I have is that we are coming here building other people's country, But our country is there going down the drain. We don't have time. All we do is criticize. We don't see the good part of Liberia. Why is it that the Guineans are getting rich in Liberia? The Lebanese are having stores. So at the end of the day, you will see most of the major businesses in Liberia is being owned and operated and controlled by other nationals. And in that store, if you see the boys, the floor workers are Liberians. So you are serving other nationals, even down to the sand for building. We are seeing Chinese selling sand. It doesn't happen in China. You can see a Liberian selling a sand to a Chinese in China. It is impossible. Because they want to make sure that they tackle the major investment, the major areas of income. All right. You see, Nigerians travel. If you look at Nigeria, you see the development, how the luxurious houses that they are building. That is because they are open to development. They believe that it takes a Nigerian to build Nigeria. It takes an American to build America. So what makes you think that it takes another national to build Liberia? No, it takes Liberians to build Liberia. And we criticize that the government is not doing anything. Are you serious? Now, who is the government? The government is you and I. We make up the government. Those people in the office, they are leaders. They are just, they are just representing us. But we are the government. Now, if you're saying Liberia is depressing, then you are depressed indeed, because you don't know what you are talking about. You are talking about how negative Liberia is. What have you done to contribute towards the developmental activities? What factors? What are the factors? What are the things that you have contributed towards the development of this country? Oh, but you go on social media because the world is looking at you. You want to impress people, or because you are coming from you are coming from the United States, and you are ready to go shopping and go show up, and you come on social media discrediting your own nation. It's a shame. It is indeed a shame. It is indeed a shame to the Liberians in the diaspora criticizing their own country. Aren't you ashamed of coming on social media saying that? Some of you travel to the Western world, forget about Liberia, enjoy yourself, have all the pleasurable moments, and when you die, then they take your corpse to Liberia. What do you take Liberia for? A graveyard, a cemetery? Now, how can we develop Liberia? How can we put Liberia on the map? Because it is a shame. Now, Liberia is older than Sierra Leone. Liberia is older than Nigeria. Liberia is older than Guinea. Liberia is like a big brother. Liberia is a mother to these nations, older than these nations. But why is it that these nations are developing and Liberia is not developing? That is because the citizens of Liberia, we are not taking the bull by the horn, stepping up or coming forward to bring ideas on how to develop the country. Liberia, I can tell you, is a virgin land, right? Liberia is a virgin land, and it is open. Now, we have a lot of minerals. Why do you think the Americans are running down there? Why do you think the Indians are running down there? Why do you think the Chinese are running down there? In fact, the Chinese are trying to overtake Liberia right now. Why? That is because they have seen the potential in Liberia. All right? So they are coming using the Liberians themselves to get what they want. Now, the question now becomes, how can we develop Liberia? First and foremost, we have to be developed up here. We have to change the mindset. Liberians have to change the mindset. When the mindset is changed, when they have the positive mindset, then we are open for development. But we are not developed up here. How can we develop the country? We have qualified doctors who are in the United States who are Liberians. They can go down because they feel that it is not their responsibility. All right. Now, for those who are in the diaspora, you are working 2-3 jobs. You're getting good money. All right. The first thing you can do, buy a piece of land, build a house, or you can buy 2-3 lands in different locations. You can probably go into real estate, right? Build like two bedroom apartment, 3-bedroom apartments, maybe, or build houses to rent them out. Real estate, those are permanent investments that will go from generation to generation. You never go broke. All right? Now, but start by building somewhere that you can lay your head. Do some background investigations. Now, if possible, go down Liberia, trying to do some research on what you need to do. Now, if you cannot go into real estate, they have other businesses like transportation that you can go into, right? Now, the system that you have in the United States, since you have been, you are in the Western world, you have probably, been in the West for some time, now, and you have learned, the in and out of, how to do things and this and that. Now, you can adopt some of this means, take it down to Liberia. Like when it comes to companies, you open companies like even the water, selling, producing of water, minerals to sell it. Now you can say, since people have been paid like maybe $50, $60, $70 a month, you can say, I'm gonna try to change the landscape of the paying system of Liberia. I'm gonna make sure that I start paying every 2 weeks. All right, every 2 weeks, I'm gonna start paying my workers every 2 weeks. Everyone will want to work for you. I'm gonna make sure I give my workers, health insurance. Now we know that looking at the poverty rate in Liberia right now, some people might not be able to save money set money aside for medical emergency, all this stuff. But you can say, okay, if you are getting paid $50 every 2 weeks, certain percentage is gonna be withheld for your health insurance. Now, this person might fail it at the initial stage, but there is an assurance that if he or she gets sick tomorrow, there is an insurance that can cover that. All right, you are improving in that area. Okay, you can bring this system in Liberia, the sanitation system, develop that system. Teach the people. Lead by example. Let the people see how it is done, because you are bringing an idea from the Western world, trying to implement. It might take time, but it will work. letting the people know the necessity or the importance of getting their environment clean. There are a lot of countless businesses that you can go into. The healthcare, the doctors that are making they are qualified doctors. Doctors are making nothing less than $50 an hour here. That money you can open a hospital, build a hospital in Liberia, employ Liberians. Take the American system and implement it. It might take time, but it will work. Build schools trying to take trying to take high school graduates from the classroom, because we have a lot of BSc holders right now in Liberia who are jobless. You cannot have a high school graduate teaching a high school student. That is why you see an English teacher will be speaking a broken English or colloquial right in front of their students. What do you expect the student to learn? They are going to, they are going to adapt to that system, adopt that, way of speaking. So now make sure that you strengthen these areas. If you build a school in Liberia, for example, and you make sure that they are qualified teachers. Teachers are well taken care of. They are well paid. Now people want their children to learn. They want them to get good education. They are going to enroll their children into these schools. All right, pay the teachers good. That will minimize a teacher, coming down to the level of the student to take bribe or sleeping with the female or student for grades. Bring this how you call it? Put this mechanism in place. Now, why do you think there are people in Liberia who are living who are living really a healthy life? Now, you see here, everything, all the food that we eat in America is about everything is chemical. So at the end of the day, you start, your body part begin to get enlarged. You start putting up weight. You have natural food, I can say, from God to man in Liberia. So if you have some sort of income and you have somewhere to lay your head, trust me, you can live a stressless life. Let us quit this negative attitude of ours going on social media trying to discredit your own country. It is a shame because people look at you. If you are saying Liberia is disgusting, if you are saying Liberia, or is depressing, they feel that if Liberia is depressing, it is the people, and you are Liberian, so you are just discrediting yourself. Now people begin to see you and say, okay, I think there's, he or she left that country because the country is not good, the people are not good, so I don't want to associate myself with someone who comes from a country that is not good. And we're another thing is that we worship the white skin. We worship other nationalities. For example, a Liberian can insult his or her, a fellow citizen for a Lebanese man. We hold them to high esteem. Like I was discussing with someone, when the statement that was made by the president of Russia. So it is in Africa you will see an American will go commit a crime, and they send the person back to go to jail here. No, where you commit the crime, you pay the penalty for that crime right there. But because we are too, we are too dependent. We are too dependent on other nationals. We don't want to be independent. We don't want to do things. We just want to be given a fish instead of people teaching us how to fish. We want to be fed all the time. We have to step up. Everyone is in Monrovia. You are not doing anything, and there are farmlands that you can go and and brush, plant your local food. I'm not trying to be tribalistic, but let's take for example, as people always say, well, you have like the people of Bomi, be surrounded by water, and they leave Bomi and come to Monrovia to buy fish. Why would that happen? So we have adapted ourselves to too much of laziness. We have to step up. The issue of discrediting your own country is very disheartening. It is very much how you call it, unconstitutional. It is wrong. Not because you find yourself in the West, you feel that you are better. You have arrived. Because when you leave here, if you say like Liberia is stressful, Liberia is Liberia gives you dementia, and you decide to abandon your own country. You don't want to develop that country. When you get old here, you'll be taken to the nursing home, where you'll be treated with most of the time with no respect. And now you are ashamed to go home because you don't even have a bicycle, talk less of getting a kitchen. You don't have anywhere to lay your head. There is no investment. There is nothing on the ground. So you are left here to be treated like a trash. And when you die, it's either they bury you or they take your corpse. They say, let's take the corpse, let's take the body to Liberia. Now Liberia becomes a graveyard. Are you serious? Let us deviate. The young people, if you are making the little one that you have, stop living above your limit. You are making $15 an hour, and you want to drive $50,000 car. You want to live in a $300 or $350,000 house. You alone, and we want to show as if we can handle it all. We don't want to, collaborate. You see Nigerians, you can see 2-3 Nigerians in a house. They put money together to pay for it because they know that they are here for a mission. They are here for a purpose. All right? They put pleasure aside, trying to develop, trying to do what they have come here to do. But you will see a Liberian taking a $350,000 house all by himself or by herself. So at the end of the day, they are paying maybe $2,000, $2,500 a month just for the mortgage. So you cannot sit. You don't even. In fact, it makes it so hard. It makes it so hard for you to even have time for God, because you don't serve God. All you do from one job to another. When you are leaving this job, you are thinking about how to go and start the other job, because if you don't, you are not going to come. You won't be able to come up with the money to pay your mortgage. Is that the life you want to? So that mortgage. Let's say, for example, if you are supposed to pay that mortgage off in 60 years. So by the time it reached that 60, your strength is gone. You have been drained. While you were young, you weren't able to do any development because you have to make sure you come up with money to pay your mortgage. Because if you don't, you'll be kicked out. And you spend 60 years of your life. Let's say you are 20 or 20, let's say you are 30, right? You are 20, 25, 30, and you went and get, you decided to get a $350,000 house, and that is supposed to be paid off in 60 years. Now 60 plus your current age, which is probably 25 or 30. If you are 30, that is going to be 90. How sure are you going to be alive? So let us use our mentality. Let us use this thing upstairs. Pleasure can wait. Do those development back on trying to invest. This is your future. The future of your next generation, the future of your children, your grandchildren. Let your children know that there is, you have an heritage. But we come up and we are criticizing how Liberia is depressing. Liberia gives you dementia. You know all the book. You know all the book. And the book is not helping you. Especially it becomes disgusting, especially the Liberians in America, for example. If you go on social media, you see, especially our ladies, disgracing themselves. But we cannot come up with idea to develop our country. Liberia is so depressing. Yeah, the traffic. America not get traffic. America ain't get traffic. This and that. If you can only stop complaining and do what you're supposed to do, if you don't want to be identified with Liberia, stay where you are. Stay in your kitchen that you call a Western world. Stay there. Nobody forcing you. Nobody pushing you to go there. If Liberia giving you a depression, stay here. You're running from one job to another, from job to job. So now you sleep. You are living in your car, because from one job you cannot come home. You don't want sleep to carry you. You have to sleep in your car. Maybe for 1 or 2 hours. Boop, then you go to the other job. You are paying for a place that you are not living. You only can take a shower, you go. Take a shower, eat, you go. You are not sleeping in your own apartment or the house that you pay for. And you're calling Liberia depressing. So, some Liberians are just sick. I'm sorry to say that. I'm advising young people, young Liberians, start investing back home. If it is 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, build that. Invest in certain business. Investigate what you can do. There are a lot of YouTubers right now in Liberia, or there are a lot of people that you can, pass through, or you can go down, do some investigation yourself, and know what you can invest in. Trust me, you won't regret it. You won't regret it. Don't you stop discouraging other people from going down to Liberia to improve themselves. Let us start, planning the future now. Plan the future for your children. You're keeping your money in the bank here. You won't live an American dream. You are not an American. You cannot live the American dream. What you are living is a nightmare. By the time you wake up from that nightmare, it will be too late. Invest now. All right. So the next time we'll probably talk about some things. And another thing, for those who have their properties in Liberia, not everything that you need that you have to go buy from the market. You can have a backyard garden. Plant your potato greens, your cassava leaf, your corn, your okras, and this and that. Not everything you need, you go to the market. No, you can plant your backyard garden. You trust me, that is a saving on the rainy day. All right. I'm just here to encourage us. Let us develop our own country. Liberia is ours. It will take you as a Liberian, me as a Liberian. It takes us as Liberians to build Liberia. It is our responsibility. Let us do it and quit and stop this attitude of discrediting Liberia. Saying all sort of negative things about Liberia. Let us stop. All right. Okay. If you haven't subscribed to the Bread of Life TV, I encourage that you go ahead and subscribe. The next time we meet, we'll go deeper into some things. All right, we'll go deeper and bring out some things. Liberia, like I said, is a virgin land. Oh yes, there are some parts of Liberia that have not even been touched. Now, a time is coming for you to get a land in Liberia, especially in the surroundings of Monserrado. When looking at Maggie, areas. Let's say like Johnsonville, Broadville, going towards Hotel Africa. Pinsville to going all the way towards Fender. Rabofi Highway, these places are developing rapidly. So you want to really be fast. Make hay while the sun shines. They say when the iron hot knock it, when you get cold, forget it. You will put all your strength. It will not work. So let us try as much as possible. Get something. Even if you are not ready to develop that land right now, buy the land, survey it, and probably, put a caretaker on it, or maybe put it in a fence. It'll be more better, because that place that probably you might buy a place that is bushy right now, but in the next 2-3 years, trust me, you'll realize that place will be open. You'll be in the center because people will be behind you. So now when the price of land goes up in that area, maybe you bought the land for 1,000, 1,005, or 2,000, or 2,005. Maybe in years to come, they will say for you to get land there, it will be like 3,000. So you are in a better position because you moved, when necessary, and you got yourself the land. So now others are paying more than what you paid. All right. It's just an encouragement. We can do it. Liberia is ours. It takes us as Liberians to build our country. No one is going to come to build Liberia for us. All right. My name is Michael Momo. I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye. I know some of y'all will curse me, but it's up to you. I just, tell you the truth. It's not. It's just to encourage every one of us. All right. So, if you want to curse me, it's up to you. But if you take this piece of advice, trust me. You will thank me later. You have your children here. The children don't even have time to play, because what is the time that you have to take the children out to play? But in Africa, you have your yard. The place is big enough. The children will play. They have their freedom. You be your own boss. No one is bossing you around. You sleep when you want to. You have investment. You have income coming in. You travel when you want to. All right. Like I said, we'll go deeper and deeper more the next time we meet. All right. See you. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.